Season 4 Friday Night Rewind is upon us. Teams are practicing, bands are practicing. Cody, it could be better than ever.
This should be the best season ever. I mean, you're looking at state champions possibly with Plant, Armwood, Robinson, Jefferson. This is going to be great.
And the area is rife with superstars.
Oh, James Wilder, top recruit, Quentin Williams, Stevie Weatherford. Both those guys could throw for 4,000 yards. Kerry White could rush for 2,000 yards. I mean, it's loaded.
And don't forget Dante Manchild-Fowler from Lakewood. He said he's going to get 30 sacks. I believe him.
30 sacks.
Sure.
In a 10-game season.
And the schedule sets up well.
You're listening to the talk, man. That's crazy. You ought to take a hike on that.
Hike?
One down, 29 to go on the match, and this is Friday Night Rewind.
Infinite skills. You know we got the hits, plus all the highlights. Check TampaBay.com, you know we'll keep it tight. Knight and Cody put in work for sure, bringing more than scores, so search no more. If you want to know it now, then you need no other reason to check Friday Night Rewind, back for a 4th season.
Hey, it's John Cody with Friday Night Rewind, and tonight's game here, it was, first it was Bogue, and then it was Countryside, and then it was
Countryside 21, Boca Ciega 20.
Countryside had one mission Friday night, and that was stopping this guy, Boca Ciega quarterback Shaquille Bradford, who last year threw for over 2,000 yards. Friday night, he did most of his damage with his feet. He ran for 119 yards and 2 scores, but this final scramble was the last play of the game as the Pirates fall short. And look at this, they're up 7-0, and this looks like a touchdown catch here, and instead the referees say no, not a catch, and we're not quite sure why, but that turned the tide of the game. Alex Dixon late in the first half with his team trailing 7-0 picks this pass off, returns it to midfield, and on the very next play, Gray Crow drops back, throws deep. Hello, Jordan Rossi. He catches this ball and runs it in for a 52-yard touchdown pass. That ties up the game at 7-7. Lots of jubilation right there. And then 3 plays later, Boca Ciega trying to put something up late in the first half, but Terry Johnson steps in front of a Shaquille Bradford pass, and he's going to return that 40 yards for a touchdown. Makes it 14-7 at the half. Countryside ended up getting 14 points in about a 25-second span. Bogey's lead disappears, and in the third quarter, very early, Terry Johnson again driving a knife through the Bogey Hearts with an 80-yard touchdown run. That's going to make it 21-7, and at this point, Countryside is rolling and looking like they're getting ready to put this game away, but Denzel Dillard, the Boca Ciega speedster, says not so fast, and he brings his kickoff back 95 yards. Countryside wasn't even done celebrating yet. And suddenly it's 21-14, and then a special teams miscue sets up Bogey on the 2. Bradford runs that one in. It's 21-20, but Bogey misses an extra point. Their last-ditch efforts, they got inside Countryside territory 3 times in the fourth quarter, but this Denzel Thompson interception is the Cougars' 3rd of the game as they hang on to defeat Boca Ciega.
Don't let up for 1 second. Don't let up for 1 second. You put it at these guys from the get-go, and you take it all the way to the final whistle.
Yeah. Joey Knight with Friday Night Rewind. 1 year after the surreal in South Tampa, we get the slugfest on Sly Avenue. Plant avenges its lone loss of 2009 to Tampa Bay Tech with a 10-0 victory here in the season opener on the Titans home field. This one wasn't pretty. Flags, fumbles, ferocity on defense. The teams combined for 5 lost fumbles, more than 200 penalty yards. The real difference, Plant scores on its first drive of the game. 8 plays, 62 yards, camped by quarterback Philip Ely's 1-yard keeper. That followed a Titans fumble on their first offensive play of the game. Both teams committed a lot of self-inflicted wounds from there on out. Philip Ely hurt his lower right leg, same place he injured himself last week against Bradenton Manatee. He wasn't the same after that injury in the first quarter. The Panthers really relied on James Wilder Jr. 70 yards, couple of sacks to end the game, couple of nice runs on Plant's final drive, capped by Grant Van Amen's 37-yard field goal. Plant 10, Tampa Bay Tech nothing.
I know Ely was coming off an injury from last week still, and it's still affecting him in this game. I can see he says nothing's wrong, but I can see and tell by the way he's running. So I knew I know the passing game. We have a good second-string quarterback, but I knew coach was going to put the game in my hands. So I knew I had to carry the offensive side of the ball. I got the offensive line pumped. The receivers making good blocks. You know, we just did our thing all the way downfield.
Ain't nobody seeing Plant. We taking the game 1 by 1. We about to go. team. Oh, check out.
Bob Putnam with Friday Night Rewind here at East Lake, where the St. Petersburg just beat the Eagles 36-13. Typical workmanlike fashion for St. Petersburg grinds out more than 275 yards on the ground. David Jones has 2 rushing touchdowns on quarterback sneaks as St. Petersburg opens up a 21-3 lead at the half. Second half begins, East Lake marches down, nice drive that bogs down. They kick a field goal to make it 21-6. Then comes the backbreaker when Stevie Murph returns a kickoff 97 yards for a touchdown to make it 28-6. After that, the Green Devils use the run game, wear out the Eagles, eat up time of possession, and pick up the win. I'm Bob Putnam with Friday Night Rewind.
Joey, I think that Palm Harbor victory tonight was probably the biggest upset of the night, although people have been telling me all week, look out for Palm Harbor. Big offensive line. They got good skills position players with Billy Pavlik, Hunter Beam, Kenny Blanche, and tonight they beat Tarpon Springs. I think it might be the start of something special up there in Palm Harbor.
Absolutely. Philip Ely re-injured his lower right leg tonight, the same leg he injured against Manatee the week before. Now Coach Bob Weiner is saying he may have to hold him out of practice all next week. This is looking like something that may linger all season. Ouch.
Pinellas County tonight, Largo, a very, very young team. Lakewood and Countryside both did not look good in the spring and the fall. All 3 of them win, keeping the power axis right where it was last year.
Got to recognize 3 first-year coaches of their respective schools. James Harrell at Jesuit beats Kathleen, the 3rd-ranked team in Class 4A. Big win.
That might have been the biggest upset of the night.
Brian Turner at Sickles beats Gaither, a geographic rival, 38-7.
That was not an upset, no.
And Ken Holler at Gulf named the coach for the season earlier today in the wake of all that Jay Fulmer being forced out amid the recruiting allegations. They beat Hudson, a rival, 21-14.
Very nice.
It's time for the Friday Night Rewind shout-out!
Joey, it's time for shout-outs, and Juwan Story at quarterback for Nature Coast. We had questions, 1 for 5 tonight for 9. What?
Oh,
hello?
anemic.
Hello?
That's anemic.
Oh, he also had 9 carries for 225 yards and 4 touchdowns.
That's astounding.
Wow. His teammate Ike Bailey, combined with him, they scored 6 touchdowns together. Ricky Trinidad, he broke out last year at Mitchell, picking up where he left off, and Billy Pavlik, over 200 yards of total offense in Palm Harbor's 31-9 victory over Tarpon Springs.
Christian Hardegree, remember that name from Berkeley Prep. In the romp of St. Pete Catholic tonight, he had 5 catches, 6 if you include the interception he returned to the house. Deuce Gruden from Carrollwood Day. Who says John Gruden doesn't like rookie quarterbacks?
I don't say it.
And another first-time quarterback tonight, Nick Addison from Spoto, 5 touchdowns, baby, and a big win against Wharton.
Stevie Weatherford needs to average 370 yards passing a game to break his brother Drew's record for passing yardage in a career in Pasco County. He had tonight exactly that. Claxon Boykins, Harry Brown, Derek Doss, 3 super sophomores for Largo. Look out for them. They all scored touchdowns tonight. Pinellas Park, Michael Smith, you see what he did. His team had a big victory tonight. I'm telling you right now, the Patriots are going to the playoffs.
A lot of attention is given to Kerry White at Sickles, and with good reason, but Breanne Dollard, his backfield mate, may be just as good, if not better, as evidenced by his performance tonight against Gaither. Terrell Hawkins, a young quarterback from Hernando, if he continues complimenting Chubb Delane like he did tonight, look out Hernando. And Chris Moore and Andre Davis from Jefferson, all they did tonight was combined for 9 catches for 229 yards in that big win against Hillsborough.
Okay, as if picking Pinellas Park to go to the playoffs wasn't enough, I'm going to throw another team out at you. Sun Lake, keep an eye on them. You see what Rashad Daniels did. Big game tonight. Brent O'Neill at Canterbury had 222 yards, also returned an interception for a touchdown. And John Davis is back at Clearwater Central Catholic, doing the same old thing, winning a season opener for the 10th straight year.
You all right? You okay?
Okay.
Sure?
I'm good.
This is Friday Night Rewind.